If you're stuck in survival mode, then watch this. Today, I'm going to teach you guys how to heal CPTSD, which is known as complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and hypervigilance out of your mind, body, and soul. I will talk about insomnia and how to heal from that as well, but that is going to be the part two to this video. And that's going to be a whole video dedicated on how to heal your sleep cycle and everything post-narcissistic abuse. So, first of all, I want to talk about what is CPTSD, okay? It is a condition that develops from prolonged slash repeated trauma, especially in situations where you couldn't escape. So, and also when escape wasn't possible. So this looks like childhood abuse, toxic relationships, and long-term emotional neglect. Okay, and it's similar to PTSD, but it includes additional symptoms of, related to emotional regulation, self-worth, and relationships. And I'm going to get into how I healed from CPTSD in my body and soul in just a second, but we're going to go over the mind portion because I feel like that is like the biggest component with this in particular. So, okay, before I get into the healing aspect, I want to show you guys this chart that I learned from a psychotherapist on TikTok. His name is Roman Zanuni, I believe. I want to give him credit where credit's due. So this dashed line represents a healthy psychological health, okay? And so when a soul is enduring a certain amount of intense trauma, one of two things happens. There's a split that happens. And the soul either goes this way, which I don't know if you guys can read it, but it says empath, which you further develop CPTSD, and then it splits off into anxious attachment, avoidant attachment, and then I believe the anxious attachment goes to borderline personality disorder. But I didn't even go that far, right? But the whole purpose is that you guys can be aware of this psychological split and what happens and why it happens. Okay, and then the other thing, the other direction is the other soul goes through the same intense trauma, except their defensive mechanisms, their coping mechanisms, for whatever reason, genetic wise, soul wise, like there's a lot of physical and non-physical components that go into why a soul becomes a narcissist in this lifetime, okay? And so it takes the ego path route, starts developing narcissistic personality disorder, which then branches off into covert narcissism, overt narcissism. Okay, overt narcissism is going to be your dictators, your openly unapologetic narcissists. Okay, and the covert ones are the ones that hide. They wear that mask in front of the public, right? Like, for example, my mother is a covert narcissist, so she wears a mask when she goes to work, and then when she comes home, she takes the mask off, and she's like a totally different person. Okay. And then when pressed, okay, the covert narcissist can become a psychopath, and then the overt narcissist becomes a sociopath. All right. And I want you guys to just be consciously aware of the psychology around that psychological split that occurs due to that intensity and severity of trauma. Okay. So back to the CPTSD and what it is. So it includes additional symptoms related to emotional regulation, self-worth, and relationships. So when I was severely struggling with CPTSD, I would have like severe mood swings. Like, for example, if I was severely wronged, I would feel anger so intensely that I would be like, you know what? I'm gonna cut this person off. This person can go fuck themselves. I don't care. Like, I'm done with you. Like, I would literally immediately discard them. And I'd be like, bye, like, you're not a part of my life anymore. Because I didn't have any emotional intelligence developed. I didn't know what my emotions meant to me. I didn't know what they were trying to tell me. I didn't know what they were trying to teach me. So I suffered from emotional dysregulation, okay? And coming from emotionally immature parents, I wasn't going to learn emotional intelligence from my upbringing. I had to teach that by myself on my own. And the way I did that was one, self-help books, and two, chat GPT, okay? So I want to give you guys an example of something I did on ChatGPT really quick. A lot of us experience anger. Okay, so what does the emotion of anger try to teach me? Okay, and just submit that into ChatGPT and boom, it comes up with a huge explanation. Okay, So I'm just gonna read you a little blurb, but I'm not gonna get so into it. Okay, but the emotion of anger is a powerful messenger that often signals unmet needs, cross boundaries, and areas in your life that need change. So instead of suppressing it, which our liver stores anger, so when we don't healthily express our anger, we usually suppress it in the body and especially our liver. So if you're struggling with like cirrhosis, okay, that's coming through. You're suppressing a lot of anger. You need to release that. And back in 2021, one of my spirit guides, I went and got a message done. And my guide said that I needed to go to the gym to move anger through my body. So I'm a fire sign, and astrology helps me a lot as well. And so knowing that I'm a fire sign and knowing how I experience and feel anger kind of feels like a massive bonfire when I'm angry, right? Like it just feels like boom, like it's so intense. And so the way that I healthily release anger is one, is I allow myself to feel the anger. And then when I've allowed my emotions to settle, okay, with whatever story I attach to it after the emotion has settled, I then express to the person who made me angry and say, okay, this is not okay with me. You're not going to speak to me like this. I'm not going to tolerate this, whatever it is. Okay. And just state your boundaries. State what you're no longer going to tolerate. State that, okay, I'm not here for this kind of behavior or whatever it is. It could be a simple coworker interaction of like, you're not going to fucking talk to me like that. Maybe don't curse because you might lose your job or get written up, but I don't care. I say that shit anyway. Oh my gosh. I'm like, you're not gonna fucking speak to me like that. Like, shut your mouth. Like, if you don't have anything nice and respectful to say, you're not speaking to me. Okay, period. Like, that's it. So, yeah, anyways, back to ChatGPT. So, instead of suppressing it, tune into its wisdom, and that can lead to deep healing and self-empowerment. And that is like one of my biggest, highest intentions for all of you is to teach you self-empowerment and to help you break out of those traumatic generational trauma cycles and all these other cycles that don't serve you. Okay. Because when you're empowered and you're confident, like I swear to God, you're like totally unstoppable and you can literally create like your ultimate dream life and your ultimate dream reality. So also, I was going to talk about how to heal from insomnia, but this video is already going to be way too long. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to talk about the sleep aspect in part 2, which that'll post tomorrow. But anyways, okay. So learning how to regulate your emotions is going to be huge. Start utilizing ChatGPT. It is totally free. Any emotion that you experience, whether it's sadness, grief, anger, guilt, shame, start becoming conscious of it. And even if if you don't know how to put a label to whatever it is you're feeling, write it down somewhere. Write it down and journal about it. And then you'll be able to be like, oh, this is guilt. This is guilt. Oh, you know what? I think this is shame. Oh, you know what? This is discouragement. Oh, you know what? This is jealousy. Okay, whatever it is, write it down, go back and reassess it. Okay, do your spiritual hygiene, whether it's like 5 to 10 minutes to yourself a day. Okay, you all have 5 to 10 minutes a day. Don't make excuses. Don't scroll on social media. Set a timer for yourself. Start creating a new habit of setting a timer and going, okay, I'm spending 5 minutes to journal this emotion and master this emotion. Okay. And this is not going to happen overnight. This is a journey. All right. These are skills that we should have learned in childhood, but we did not because our parents literally had no business procreating. And which is why all of us are just out here in the real world with no adult real skills and no emotional skills of emotional regulation. Okay. This is why we go out into society and we see people lashing out on customers and lashing out on employees because those individuals never learn how to regulate their emotions and they're literally projecting from an extremely hurt, wounded place. Okay. And they're projecting their hurt and their pain onto other people. Okay. No more. We're not going to tolerate that shit anymore. We need to be calling it out. We need to be checking ourselves and we need to check other people when they're being dysfunctional and unhealthy and toxic. Okay. All right. Self-worth. Okay. This is huge because narcissists literally erode your self-esteem and your self-worth. You don't have a sense of self-worth after coming out of post-narcissistic abuse. So you have to reconstruct it, rebuild it within. How do you do that? The way I did that, because I didn't have any other healthy individuals around me, was using ChatGPT, I swear to God, and I would literally type in high vibrational affirmations to rewire self-worth, a high vibrational sense of self-worth into my nervous system, my brain, my psyche, and I would set the intention to go and rewire that and speak those healing affirmations over my energy. And let me tell you, it fucking worked. It works. Okay. Yeah, let me give you an example. So high vibe affirmation for high self-worth. And you can say high vibrational self-worth. That way, you know, it's not low vibrational. It's not coming from the ego. It's very high, very pure. Okay. Here we go. Here's a very simple one. I am, and write this down if you feel like you need to. I am inherently worthy just as I am. Okay. Narcissists, what do? They make you feel like you're useless, you're worthless over and over and over and over and over for years. So the way you're going to climb out of that black, dark, deep hole is reprogram your nervous system, your subconscious mind, your brain, your psyche. And you can also set the intention to speak that affirmation over your energy and ask your higher self to direct that healing energy where it needs to go. I swear to God, it's so healing. And also, you can set the intention to speak that over your mind, body, and soul as well. So, this is what this looks like. Okay, I set the purest intention at the highest vibrational frequency to speak this high vibe self-worth affirmation over my entire energy, my essence, my mind, body, soul, rewire my nervous system, higher self, wherever else this energy needs to go. And then I will say the affirmation, I am inherently worthy just as I am. And you'll notice, you'll feel different sensations in your brain and your mind, like you'll feel your body respond to it. Okay, because I teach you guys how to heal with the power of intention and the power of your own free will. Okay. So, and it's just that simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. And the only kind of resistance that you're going to be met with when you start doing this, if you've never dabbled in energy healing before, is any kind of programmings, conditionings you absorbed in childhood as well as teenagehood. And you still have some kind of conscious, like, not conscious, sorry, you have some kind of veil blocking different aspects of your consciousness, different aspects of your mind, which this energy healing is going to burst and shatter that veil, and then it's going to set you free. Okay, it's going to empower you. All right, so, and you'll notice too, when the more you start practicing energy healing on yourself, the more you start clearing out and releasing and setting yourself free, you're going to notice like everything's going to start feeling more intense. You're going to feel more sensitive to your surroundings. You're going to notice when certain emotional wounds surface, you're going to be like, oh my God, whoa, I didn't even like know that was sitting there. And you're going to feel it because you're going to keep reprogramming higher frequencies of love, joy, freedom, and abundance back into your energy. Okay. So the whole goal is to get rid of all the garbage, get rid of all the trauma, get rid of all the programmings and conditionings that don't serve you, that are holding you back in your life, and calling in freedom, calling in abundance, calling in wealth, your innate birthright. Your innate birthright as a soul to live the life that you truly desire. Okay. And that looks totally different for every soul. That could look like, you know, living on your own plot of land in the woods or out in the, I don't know, in an earth ship or something. Or it could look like experiencing luxury, having afternoon tea whenever you want, or traveling whenever you want, or having a home in the Caribbean. I don't know. It could be like, it's different. Everybody has different soul contracts. So anyways, yeah, and I believe that everybody, all the souls that have their own high vibrational reality, it's meant to touch other souls and to show you what else is possible out there, like what you can create for yourself. Okay. All right. And the last thing is relationships. So, how do you start experiencing healthy relationships when all you've known is pure evil, all you've known is dysfunction? You have to create it within yourself. You have to heal your feminine and your masculine energy. What it comes down to with your feminine is learning how to take care of yourself, learning when you need to stop and relax and surrender, balancing rest and work. Okay. And then your masculine, learning how to lead for yourself, learning how to provide for yourself, learning how to protect yourself. Okay. I have videos on my YouTube channel that teach you how to heal both feminine and masculine energy. So if you guys want more, if you want more, detailed videos, or if you want to work with me one-on-one, if that's calling to you, then I do offer one-on-one sacred alchemy sessions where I go deep into your energy and I can see everything and see exactly what needs to go, what needs to come in, and do a very thorough energetic transformation and help you through that process. But those sessions are very limited. I do only offer a few of them every week, so they're not for everybody. Just know that. Yeah. Okay. And then I want to talk about how I see the mind really quick. This is how I see the mind, like kind of like starry. Kind of silly, but that's just how I like perceive it through my third eye. Like it looks like source energy, source frequency, the center of the universe. Okay, so if you've never heard about my out-of-body experience where I saw the center of the universe and I was just like, oh, like that's what people are referring to as God. I don't know if I talk about that in a podcast or not, but I have a painting right behind this camera. I drew my out-of-body experience just to show people what I experienced. But anyways, I don't want to turn it around because it's going to mess with the lighting. But anyways, yeah, that's how I see the mind when I set the intention to heal the mind from CPTSD or whatever else it is that I'm trying to heal the mind from. And then let me just quickly define what hypervigilance is, and then we're going to get into the energy healing, okay? So very quickly, what is hypervigilance? It is a state of heightened awareness or a state of heightened alertness and a constant sense of being on guard. You are excessively aware of your surroundings and prone to overreacting to perceived threats. Okay, so when you're like this, constantly, 24/7, consciously and subconsciously. And also it's getting to the point where it's affecting your sleep too. You're just waking up every night in the middle of the night, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You can't sleep. Your mind's so freaking wired. You can't go back to bed, but your body's exhausted. Oh, that is so annoying. I hate that. Yeah, that unfortunately is a side effect. It is the aftermath of experiencing narcissistic abuse. So, as well as trigger warning sexual abuse as well. So, okay, let's heal from CPTSD and the mind. All right, I have my notes over here. Let's see. Okay, yeah. I'm like hearing tail messages. I need to go over certain things before I read these. Oh, I do. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to target the mind, body, and the soul in 3 separate segments. First of all, this is going to help us shift out of the CPTSD patterns, the CPTSD emotional patterns, and rewire your mind, body, and soul for safety, empowerment, and emotional freedom. Okay. Y'all haven't met me before. I'm all about freedom. I'm all about setting y'all free. So, okay. I want to do, let's see, I'm going to make a little column CPTSD, mind, body, and soul. Okay. We're going to go over the mind. I'm going to do the mind healing with y'all. But as for the body and for the soul, CPTSD can be stored in the body. It can be stored as tension. It could be stored as body memory, somatic memory. And the way I remove that is I use a selenite wand. This is a crystal. Okay. Long backstory to why I use selenite. Go listen to my podcast, my very first episode if you're curious. But anyways, with the body memory, I will clear my feminine, my masculine energy, my overall energy, and then I will say my old body memory, and I send that back to source, the center of the universe for healing. And I call back, because we're conscious creators, I call back healing energies, pure unconditional love, healing golden light, my natural frequency. We all have a natural frequency. And emotional freedom. Okay, I call back emotional freedom. I call back safety. All right, what was the ChatGPT opposite? Okay, so the opposite of CPTSD is safety, empowerment, and emotional freedom. Those are the energies and frequencies that you're going to start calling back into your body and your soul and your mind. Okay, so call it back. You have absolute total free will to do that. I call back emotional freedom. I call back safety. I call back empowerment. And if you want to take it a step further, this is what I always do, which I believe is expediting my journey, is I tell my higher self, I say, I call back anything else that serves my highest contracts at this time. Okay. If you don't understand soul contracts, that's totally okay. You don't have to, but just know that your higher self, you, who you really are, you know what's best for you. And so you're just expediting your dream reality every single time you call that back. So, okay. And then, yeah, with the body, I personally, the way I heal my body is I take baths. I love to take spiritual baths where I put essential oils in there, some healing salt that has magnesium and other minerals, some lavender soap. I light some candles. I set the intention for source to alchemize my bath water with healing energies and frequencies and whatever else I want it to do. So you can do that. You can ask source, the center of the universe, to alchemize, or you can do it yourself. Doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, like you are that source energy. That's a long story. But you can ask that pure life force energy to alchemize your bathwater and heal your body from CPTSD. Okay. That's another healing trick that you can do. Also, giving yourself massage while you're in the bath, or going and getting massages every now and then. I was doing massage work for about a month, like once a month. And then I eventually did it once every 3 months. And now I'm at the point of doing it once every 6 months, because of how much stuff I have cleared out of my body and my soul. So it's like my body is like the house that my soul lives in. So I wanted to clear out my house and like clear out my soul. So I feel a lot cozier inside here. And I love being in here more, and I love me more, if that makes any sense. So it's like, instead of escaping and wanting to get out of my house, like I'm going inside my house. I'm retreating in my house. I love being home. But anyways, healing your soul from CPTSD. This is where the unconventional energy healing techniques that I do come in. So you can use a pendulum, you can use muscle testing, channeling. Okay, if you're already tapped in, if you're psychic, you can use a combination of all those things. Totally up to you. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, please go watch my basics, my starter playlist, where to start, how to do spiritual hygiene. But basically, we're going to do the pendulum example. That's what I'm feeling called to show you guys. Okay, your energy, your aura projects out 6 feet around you. Okay, so this is reading your energy right now. So you can say, show me a yes, show me a no. Left is my no, straight is my yes, show me a yes. Straight is my yes. Okay. Now, this is what you're going to do. Do I have CPTSD manifesting in my body at this time? No. Do I have it manifesting in my soul? No. Is it still manifesting in my mind somewhere? Yes, I could feel that energetic shift before it shifted. So I'm going to show you guys how to heal it out in the mind. And one thing I do want to mention is, when you're working with your unique energy, and if you're working with different energetic bodies within yourself, within your non-physical being, you can totally use Reiki and send Reiki healing and symbols to those different energetic bodies. But for whatever reason, I channeled that. I did not need to use Reiki to do the mind healing. That the affirmation healing would just be everything that I needed. So I just want to throw that out there. Okay, yeah, and just really quick, I do want to mention this. CPTSD, you can have energetic wounds of CPTSD sitting in your soul, and you would just go like this. Okay. When I did have CPTSD in my soul, did I have one of those wounds, two of those wounds, three of those wounds in my soul? Okay. Did I have low vibrational energetic residue? Did I have energetic layers that I need to heal from? Okay, yeah. And then when I catch the wounds, the layers, the low vibe residue, it doesn't matter what it is, I will set the intention to remove it from my soul. And I will say, okay, I now heal and release the first CPTSD wound manifesting from my soul. And I now give that back to the creator, back to source for healing. And I call back healing energies, pure unconditional love, healing, golden light, my natural frequency, emotional freedom, empowerment, safety, emotional regulation. Okay. Healthy emotional patterns. You can call in those energies and frequencies. Even though you're not consciously aware of what a healthy emotional pattern is, you can still call that energy and frequency back into you. Okay. Period. Full stop. And then every time I do that, every time I remove one wound or layers or residue, I will clear my feminine, masculine, overall energy, old body memory, send that back to source, and do the same thing. Okay. And then you can keep checking in and say, all right, is this gone? Yes. Is this cleared? Yes. Is it fully integrated? Probably not. It usually takes about, depending on what it is and how your energy and your body respond, it can take between 24 to 48 hours. Sometimes it can take between 5 to 7 days, weeks. All right. I haven't seen anything take months to integrate from energy healing, but I have seen several weeks, like up to 3 weeks total. But anyways, and then yeah, let's do the mind really quick. So this is what we're going to do to heal our mind. So get this. This is what I do. I visualize what I see through my third eye, like the little consciousness, kind of looking like a star, almost like a giant white star. All right. And then this is what I say. I set the purest intention at the highest vibrational frequency to rewire and heal my mind, my consciousness. And you can also say code of existence if that resonates with some of you as well. To shift out of CPTSD and shift into safety, empowerment, and emotional freedom. And then I just read the mantras. This is going to help release hypervigilance and over-awareness. I am safe in this moment. My body and mind are learning to relax and trust life. I can feel myself getting calmer. I no longer need to scan for danger. I am protected and supported. Okay, second part. This is going to heal emotional dysregulation. I honor my emotions and allow them to move through me with ease. I give myself permission to feel, process, and release. My emotions are valid, and I trust myself to handle them with love. I release the fear of what could go wrong and open myself to what could go right. I am strong enough to handle anything that comes my way. I trust that life is unfolding in my favor. I am not responsible for what happened to me, but I am responsible for my healing. I release the guilt that was never mine to carry. I am worthy of love, peace, and success. I am present in my body and I feel safe here. I allow myself to experience life fully without fear. I choose connection over avoidance. My needs matter and I honor them with confidence. I set and maintain healthy boundaries with love. Saying no is an act of self-care and self-love. I am capable, powerful, and ready to thrive. I deserve all the good that is coming my way. Success is safe for me. I am worthy of abundance. I am breaking free from patterns that no longer serve me. I choose relationships that honor, respect, and support me. I am worthy of deep, stable, and nourishing love. I trust myself to make the best decisions for my life. I do not need outside approval to know my worth. I am enough exactly as I am. It is safe for me to be seen and heard. My voice matters, and I share my truth with confidence. I radiate authentic self-expression and empowerment. And then you'll just do the same thing with hypervigilance. Scan it in your mind and your body and your soul. I'm going to muscle test for this one. Do I still have hypervigilance manifesting in my mind? Yep. Do I have it manifesting in my body and my soul? Just in my mind? Anywhere else? Okay, perfect. And then what I recommend is going on ChatGPT and saying high vibe affirmations to shift out of hypervigilance in the mind. Boom. And then read those and set the intention to rewire and heal your mind from hypervigilance. And it is that simple. Okay. Sorry, guys, give me 1 second. All right. Okay. So we've covered how to heal from CPTSD, and hypervigilance is the same as well in the soul and the body. Just tune in. Do you have the body memory? Do you have wounds, energetic layers, low vibe residue? Okay, I have all my energetic filters in my beginner playlist videos for you guys to reference and build your own filters in your journal. That way you can go through and move through all the different trauma that starts surfacing and pulling it out yourself, okay? If you don't feel like doing all of that work, because it is a lot of work, I am available, like I said, for my one-on-one sacred alchemy sessions, where I work with you one-on-one, and it's like a very thorough energetic cleansing transformation. And yeah, if you're looking for that massive transformation, that is going to be the place for you. Stay tuned for my video tomorrow on how to heal from insomnia and basically sleep disorders and sleep problems post-narcissistic abuse. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you to the TikToker who requested this video. I love you guys so much. I will see y'all in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe this if this totally resonated with you, if this helped you in any way, shape, or form. Bye for now.